All right, so in this video, I'm just kind of going to go through and briefly give you an idea of drawing lines. I'm going to make sure that my object snap is turned off, my O track is turned off, and polar and ortho, neither one of those are on either. So, because I just want to kind of freestyle at the moment. So I'm going to start out with the line command. And line command is is very simple, but you got to know some things there. So I'll left click on the line command and I will start to draw. Now, there are two things that I can do here with the line command. And notice I'm still in architectural direct. My units are set to architectural units, so I'm going to kind of escape out of here for a second. Let's go back up to my settings. Let's make sure that our units are set to decimal and 3 place. Nope, didn't. So we're going to go to decimal, and we want these units to be 3 place. Hit done. So now I can get that in there. Now I can kind of come in and do my line. So at this point, so I can start to, all I have to do, I can start drawing any place. And notice again in this lower right-hand corner here, we're given the X and Y coordinate that we're at. Now, if we're freestyle drawing, it doesn't necessarily matter where we draw in space. I can just start to kind of click and place lines. Now, notice here, again, this is given me when this comes up. Let's talk about these two boxes. The box in the upper left-hand side is our line length. And it's highlighted right now. So whatever I type in there is going to be my line length. So, and if I tab over, that is the degree. So it's set at 26 degrees right now. And my line length is 687. So I can kind of keep this going right anywhere I want and just kind of place the line at whatever angle that's referenced. Now, you don't have, you can physically control this by giving it a number, or you can just kind of randomly kind of click and go. And notice once we click and place that, the line is still active, so we can just kind of continue to randomly draw stuff however we want, kind of doing all sorts of weird types of shapes at different angles, and it's not a big deal. Oh, even if I come over here, notice I can't really necessarily pick up on this point, even if I zoom in. So I need to do something a little bit more in order to pick up on that point, and that's when our object snaps kind of come into play there so that we can make sure we connect that. But let's just kind of crisscross this line. And remember, once I'm done drawing the lines, however many lines I want to exit out of the command, I need to right click and then I can hit confirm or cancel. Either one of those will take me out of the line command. Now I'm kind of got only part of my drawing in my viewing window right now, so I'm just going to type in zoom and hit the letter A for all so I can kind of bring it back in and see where everything's at. So we're still kind of up here a little bit, so I'm going to press down and pan in to kind of bring that back over center. Now, obviously this is way out in space and I don't want it, so I'm going to window over this. So that's going to highlight everything, and I'm just going to hit the delete key to delete out of that and get rid of those lines. Okay, so now I'm going to actually be a little bit more precise with this, and I'm going to tell the line an exact location. So I'm going to click on my line command here in this case. The first point that I'm going to use is going to be 3, 2. Again, that 3 is my X coordinate, the 2 is my Y coordinate, and I'm going to hit enter. So now notice again, since we're so far out in space, I can't see where this is, but I'm still drawing on the drawing board, even though I'm far out in space. So I want you to make sure that you understand this, so because right now I'm going to continue to draw a line here, but it's going to disappear. So I'm going to hit a 5-inch line. So I'm going to put the line length of 5, and I'm going to hit the tab key to go over to my degrees. So I'm going to go tab 5, enter, tab 0 degrees, enter, and I'm still getting my line. But now if I go ahead and do anything else now, this is going to be a second line because I've already placed that first line. So I'm going to right click and confirm. Looks like nothing is on the screen, so type in zoom all so that we get closer to where we were actually drawing. So remember, that was way, way out there in space. So, all right. So I'm going to kind of pan this line up because I'm going to kind of draw a line here just to show you how we can use X and Y coordinates on each of these as we go. So now I'm closer to everything and I can see where stuff is at. So I'm going to now create another line. And in this case, I did 3,2 over here. So I'm going to come over to my second quadrant and I'm going to go -3, 2 to place this one. And now before we went over and to the right, now we're going to go over and to the left. So, and it's going to be a 5-inch line, tab, and I want this to be now 180 degrees. So I go in the opposite direction, and I'm just going to hit the tab key again. So you can kind of see if I make a mistake, I can just go back and forth and tab back at each of these. But I do want you to understand the difference between 0 degrees and 180, because if you type in 0 degrees, your line is going to go to the right. If you type in 180, your line is going to go to the left, depending on how you want it oriented. I'm good with that, so I'll hit the enter button, or I can left click. I'm still in the line command, so I right click and hit confirm to exit out of that. All right, now I'm going to also create a line. We're going to go in our third quadrant 3 right now. So in this case, I want that point to be -3, comma, -2, and hit enter. So we're bringing that in, and again here, again a 5-inch line. So I'll go 5 and tab over and make this 180 degrees and hit enter so that that's in there. Second line is still wanting to be drawn, so right click, confirm, get out of that. And our last line, again, instead of, to save me time, instead of like coming over here with my cursor and clicking on that, anytime that I've got a command where I'm using the same drawing tool over and over again, I can keep my cursor in the center. If I right click and then go to repeat last command, it will bring it up and let me redo that. So now I'm going to be in quadrant 4, and we're going to go +3 here, comma, -2. So enter. Okay, so now we're back to the 5 inches. Tab over at 0 degrees because we want to go to the right. Hit enter. And of course, now close it out by right clicking, confirming. And we've got all 4 lines, 5-inch line lengths drawn in all 4 quadrants of our drawing area here. So that's our line tool command and the way we use lines.